Hey everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and we did a major reorganization. I have a new little setup here. I don't know how long this temporary setup is going to be, but this is me working with the things that I have because I need a place to film during the day. We moved Johnny. Putting his office in our master bedroom was totally supposed to be a temporary thing. As you can see, there's a lot of room in this room. We've got a king-size bed now, and there's still enough room that I have this whole little area set up as a little desk mini office area for filming. But it was supposed to be a temporary thing. We thought he would end up going back to work at least part of the time, and so far he has not gone back to work at all. He ended up going to the office one day in the last almost 2 years. We're coming up on 2 years now, and I don't know that he's ever really going back. So we finally just bit the bullet, moved things around, and it totally makes things a little bit tricky for me during the day. I mean, obviously he's the major breadwinner. He needs to be able to have an office, like a dedicated space, so I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm just complaining that it's totally throwing my filming for a loop. I've got to be able to film around his work schedule now since he is in the true office. It's going to be one side office, one side scrapbook room, and I will definitely do a tour of that room at some point, but right now it's still a total mess. We just moved everything around yesterday, and I was just kind of itching to film, to test out, you know, lighting, all the things. So we're gonna adjust and tweak as needed, but for now, this is going to be where I sit down and film during the day. I thought about just getting a set of big lights and ring lights and a whole big giant lighting kit, but I just really don't want to do that. It takes up so much space. They're ugly. I didn't want to go there. So I didn't want to just film at night. I really just like using the natural light. I think it just is so much easier, but it really makes it tricky that all of my scrapbook stuff is in that room while he's working, and I can't sit there and film. First of all, like, even if he didn't mind, I would hear him typing. You know, he's on a computer. He also will have meetings. So there's times I just physically can't be in the same room because he's talking and having a meeting. So I will still go in there and scrapbook during the day. That's my plan after filming this video, is I'm going to go and sit in there and scrapbook while he's working. So hopefully I'm not too distracting. I won't pull out like big loud machines or anything, but I still will be like cutting paper. So I don't know how it's going to work, like me being his little temporary co-worker some of the day, but we're going to adjust, make it work. The ultimate plan is for us to convert our guest room into an office. So it will still be a guest room. We will get a nice Murphy bed so that we have a bed and everything for our guests, but that will be his office quarters at some point. Before we do that, you know, we want to make sure he's completely going to be working from home. They haven't announced anything. It's just been every announcement's been pushed back because of how the state of everything is. They're being really, really cautious, which I appreciate. I love having him home personally, but I want to know for sure, like the permanence of it. So they've talked about some people will stay remote, some people will have a hybrid model where they'll go in for like meetings 1 or 2 days a week and stay home the rest of the week, and then some people will go back full time. So we just don't know what's happening, and I feel like this is very similar to when we moved from Champaign to Texas. We knew really early on something was going to change. We knew we weren't staying in Illinois, but we didn't know what was going to happen. There was a long time in that we didn't even know if we were going to be relocated. We didn't know if he was going to be able to keep his job, and thankfully he did. Thankfully we did get relocated, but it was like months and months between finding out they were closing his office to us actually moving. I think it was like most of a year, like at least 6 months or so between that whole thing. And we were one of the first people that moved. So some people drug out even longer than that, but that's just kind of how it is they're very cautious, they prepare well, but it leaves us in this limbo situation. Something that we've been dealing with in the background, just not really knowing. Like, of course he has a job. We're so thankful for that. This is the only complaint that I have, is just not knowing. We just want to know. At least I do. He doesn't care as much as I do, but I just want to know what days, how many days he's going back to work and when it's going to happen, and it's just still up in the air. So all that to say, he is currently in my office. We haven't converted the guest room because if he goes back full time, we don't need to buy a Murphy bed. We have a guest room bed. We don't need a full set of office for him. So we're just still up in the air with that, and that's our future plan. That was our plan when we moved into this house, is like, we're getting a Murphy bed in the guest room, and that's going to be your office at some point. Even before he went to fully remote, he was able to work from home here and there anyway. That's just kind of how their job is set up. So it's mostly he just does stuff on the computer. That's where it's really great to be a computer nerd. Like, you just can work on the computer. But we just didn't really anticipate it playing out like this. I know this is like small things, small complaints. Definitely I'm not really complaining that much. I'm just explaining our situation. So we haven't really done anything permanent yet, because of that. And we just were finally like, I was fed up with seeing his desk. He was fed up with being in here. Like, I sometimes don't put my makeup on first thing in the morning. So I want to come in here and put my makeup on and like take a shower middle of the day because I want to work out at nap time. Well, none of that was really easy to do because he was in the master and all my stuff's in the master bathroom right through this door right here. So it made it a little bit tricky, and I definitely did want him out of this room in particular. All that to say, filming is going to be a little bit unusual, a little bit different. We have plans that are going to come before converting the guest room. I suspect we're just going to convert the guest room at some point if this drags on any longer. But right now I have two main priorities. One, finishing the master closet. You'll get a sneak peek of that here in a clip I took. And then we are setting up a home gym. So that is my first big major plan after the new year. I'm planning it out now, like measuring things, measuring the equipment that we're going to put in there. We're going to buy a few things aside from just the Peloton, and we have a few dumbbells. So we want to get like a nice dumbbell rack, bigger machinery and workout gear. We've got to redo flooring because we have just ceramic tile floor, which is not a good floor for working out. So we're going to be redoing the flooring in there, and we're going to be enclosing the space. It's an open space that we're going to be using. So we've got to put up doors and things. So it's going to be a big conversion, which I'm very, very excited about, but that's where all of our extra fun money is going. It's not going to this guest room office thing, and so we have the temporary office set up where our offices are shared. It's like our setup 2 houses ago where we had an extra bedroom set up as a scrap room slash office, and he tinkers around with electronic stuff, so he needs an office space anyway, just a dedicated space, whether or not he works from home. So long-term plan, definitely converting and changing around the guest room. But for now, this is going to be the semi-temporary, don't know how long it's going to last situation. So I will be like adjusting everything, adjusting the camera, adjusting the lighting, adjusting the shelving. Like right now I have just planners on here. Before I sat down to actually film, I filmed a little clip for you guys of how this room is set up. It is the master bedroom. I just have this little corner nook area. So I'm going to show you guys that clip now. So here is what I'm working with. I have a couple of boxes. This is just a balloon pump. I thought the box might be the right height. I'll play around with that. I'll play around with the tripod. But this is what we're working with. We've got shelf, we've got Johnny's books and stuff on the bottom, and then that contains randomness, planner stuff, boxes, pens, stuff on the top there. And then here is a look at our bed situation. I want to get some art for the walls. His desk was actually in that corner, and so we have all this open space now. I did end up moving the bed over. I'm connected to the wall right there, but I ended up moving the bed over so that I could have this corner set up for filming, and I will play around with the background and adjust everything. But for now, we're just working with what we've got because I want to get that home gym. I'm definitely going to try not to spend money on anything else besides finishing up the closet and the home gym because we want that home gym. So you can see a peek of the closet. If you look closely, there's no baseboards, but the closet system itself is completely done. Now we just have to work on baseboards, caulking, shelves, putting up some more of the hanging rods that need to be put back, but so far it's looking good. So I'm going to adjust this and we'll get to filming. And then I'll also insert some pictures for you guys so you guys can see the current state of the horrible scrapbook area slash office that he's dealing with right now. So after I film this and do what I want to do in this video, I'm going to go in there and clean up a little bit and start doing a little bit of scrapbooking. I'm trying to make Friday nap slash quiet time turn into Scrappy Friday. So I'm going to be in there scrapbooking, working on Project Life, organizing supplies, just anything, just getting in the room to actually scrapbook. And long-term plans for this little corner, of course, we're doing the other stuff first. I want that home gym done. I just need the bicycle out of the scrapbook room so I can redo some of the scrapbook room too. But I really just want that home gym. We need some more equipment. We need a bigger place that he and I can work out. Right now it's kind of cramped when we're both trying to like, oh gosh, do like rows and bigger movements. We both kind of have to adjust and make sure we're not going to hit each other. So it's been just cramped in there, and it's time for a home gym. I've worked out now for a year at home and I just need that home gym. He wants to get some bigger equipment so that he can join me in my workout excitement. So it's just, that needs to be done. So for now I'm using what I have here, but my eventual plan was to get a really nice, comfy, reclining type of chair and then a little end table and a pretty shelf in this corner. And this was just going to be a reading nook, and I thought I could pull out the camera and film in the cute little reading nook at some point, and that would be my eventual like when I'm doing a sit down video, a lot of them would be in that little corner or they would be in the scrapbook room. So long-term goals, that's the goal. But for now, I'm using what I've got so that we can put every cent into the home gym because oh my gosh, gym equipment is so expensive. The prices have been going up for that kind of thing. The flooring for a home gym is expensive. We're going to be doing a little bit of renovation to add doors and enclose the space. I'm sure that part's going to be expensive based on the quotes I've gotten for other things lately. Just everything's expensive now, basically. So we definitely have bigger priorities instead of, you know, redoing this little nook in the bedroom. And that's part of the reason why I haven't gotten the artwork for the bedroom. I haven't gotten more throw pillows and things because those are just minor details. I've just been drooling over this home gym and dreaming about it for a while. So I just really want to get it done. So that will be our main big project number 2. We're still working on the finishing touches of the closet and I'm so happy with how it is. Everything's functional now. So I just need to work on organizing it a little bit more and getting some baskets that are pretty to put up there, but it's functional and it's great. It's such a good change from the before if you've seen my part 1 closet video. So I will end up having part 2 coming up here soon. We just have to get the baseboards on and do some touch-ups and then we're done. It's really coming along and looking great. It's just exactly what I envisioned in my brain when I was plotting it out and planning everything. It's so nice. It's spacious. Bringing all the white in looks just nice and crisp and clean and I'm just in love with it. So I ended up sitting down to film a Franken planner video, which I've got planners taken apart here. So that is going to be my next video for you guys. I just really wanted to sit down, explain what was going on, explain why everything looks a little bit different because we are really just in the middle of reorganizing and moving everything around and I just wanted to come on here and film and let you guys know what was going on. So I do have some pre-filmed videos that may have the old background with the shelf and the Peloton. At some point I want to have a pretty, you know, a pretty setup here that looks nice, but for now this is what we're dealing with. I had plans to put the camera on boxes. Right now I have the tripod out, but I'm possibly going to just set the camera on boxes so that it is easier and I don't have to pull out the tripod every time. But for now, we're working with what we got and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked the sneak peek of the master bedroom. I am really, really excited to get this room completed at some point, but it's just been slow going. I haven't found the exact lamps that I want yet. I haven't found the exact picture frames I want yet. It's those things where once I see the lamps that I want, I will know. And right now I haven't done that yet. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update randomness video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe so you can follow me along. And one of my next videos will be the planner video where I show you guys what I'm doing. I'll show you guys my Franken planner. So have a great day and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.